This is Ask an Expat with Marcus and Matt from An Expat's Russia, where we answer your questions about what it's like to live, work, and travel in Russia.
Hi everyone, welcome to this episode. Today we're going to discuss what you need to know about using the Russian visa centers that are located near each Russian consulate. Marcus, I know you have many years of experience working with the Russian consulates, the Russian visa centers, and helping people get visas to go to Russia. What would be your best advice for those people who think they want to go it alone and use either the Russian visa center or the Russian consulate?
So the main distinction that I would make, right off the bat is the consulate is separate from the visa center. They're completely, in different locations. The visa center helps the consulate process visas. If you're applying for your own visa, you can go to the consulate. That typically means you have to go online and get an appointment or call, and it's not easy sometimes to get through. So you can go and apply for your own visa or your family's visa directly at the consulate, and you don't pay the visa center the added cost to the visa center by doing so. But you typically waste a lot of time trying to get the appointment, trying to get the answers that you need. If you go with the visa center, you could just walk in, you don't need an appointment, but they're kind of an extension of the Russian consulate. So yes, you get answers to your questions, but typically there when it's a little bit too late. You walk in with your documents, you're saying, I want to apply for a visa, and they'll say, this is wrong. And they'll usually expect you to, it depends completely which visa center you go to, which consulate you go to, because a lot of the times they'll have different requirements for the documents. Depends on your citizenship too, because if you're a citizen, of the US, you have fewer documents you have to provide. If you're maybe, for example, just off the top of my head, if you have a Chinese passport, you need to have your flights booked, your hotel booked, and US citizens don't need that. So there's a lot of factors actually that go into it. But generally, you walk into a visa center and they'll tell you what's wrong with your application and, maybe something wrong with one of the documents that you have. And the issue arises when you either, have to pay them extra to make those corrections, or you make the choice to go home, fix the documents, get the documents that you need, come back. And then in your mind, you're thinking, I wasted a trip. And so in general, my advice would be, if you can, don't go to the consulate, don't go to the visa center, and use a visa service.
That's Russia, your visa company.
Right. So Let's Russia provides that service. And the reason we started was because people were running into these issues where we had some customers even go from out of state to the nearest visa center or consulate. They'd get there with the wrong documents, and they had wasted half a day, a flight, in many cases, hundreds of dollars, and they still didn't have their visa. So, you want to go with a service that constantly does this for their clients, because they know the latest policies.
They know the people who work there.
Exactly. And so just within the last 4 years or so that we've been doing this, policies have changed probably 4 or 5 times. Major things where they say, okay, you need this document now if you're in this situation, or now you need to put this on the application if this applies. So even if you did it, or a friend did it at another consulate, he'll say, oh, it was easy. And a lot of the times you're, searching online and in Reddit or in some kind of forum or group. Other people did it themselves. And it turns out that you take their advice and you waste a lot of time.
All right. So I hope we gave some pretty good advice here. I would agree. I've been to both the visa centers in multiple countries and consulates in multiple countries getting Russian visas. It's much easier to use a visa service unless you've done it before. If you've done it before and you kind of understand the documents that are required, you can get by. But again, wasting a day, a half a day is never worth saving $50.
But I can offer a tip here. If you are stubborn and you want to go through the visa process yourself, just as a backup, have your, notebook, like a laptop or a place where you can, ideally you have a laptop, and then you could go over to some, cafe or maybe a FedEx and print off a document that you already have. Otherwise, you go there, you waste the trip and you have to go all the way back home because you're not able to print off that document that they're asking for.
Yep. I saw that literally last week when I was at the Visa Center helping some clients. So somebody had come in, they didn't have the right document. He's like, he showed them on his laptop. They're like, yeah, that's what you need. And he went to FedEx. I then left, but they had agreed that as long as he brought the right one back, that they would process his documents. And he had driven 4 hours to get there.
Right.
So anyway, we hope that was helpful and informative. If you have questions about the visa process, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in another video.